Hi, second graders. Today we're going to be using the element of art, line, to make a line lion. So you may remember from kindergarten, first grade review that line is the path of a point. So this point right here is starting out. It could go zigzag path, straight path, curly path, wavy path, dotted path. It has lots of choices, different kinds of lines. Today we're also going to use line to show texture, but it will be visual, meaning when I touch the paper, it won't actually feel fuzzy or fluffy. It's just going to look that way. So it's called visual, or only I can see it, texture. Here I have my white piece of paper to start the project. I'm going to go right in the middle of the page, and I'm going to get a kind of a rounded triangle shape. I'm going to draw a line right here. Believe it or not, I just made the nose of my lion, and this is kind of its snout. I'm going to come down from here and have a half circle going this way and a half circle going this way. When I get to the lion's eyes, I'm going to start with kind of my oval shape on each side. An animal eye is a little bit different than human eyes. Around the lion's eyes, there's kind of an area of black skin. It's shaped like a triangle here in the corners, and then there's kind of a line that goes across the top, like this. And I'm going to put in the pupil. Now I'm ready to kind of shape, and I might need to make this a little bit bigger now, I'm noticing, up around here and onto the head. Oops. I'm going to go ahead and put in my lion's chin. If you wanted the lion's mouth open and some teeth showing, that would be totally fine. You'd probably have to extend this chin a little bit lower. Up here at the top, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give the lion some ears. They kind of have rows of whiskers and these little spots the whiskers grow out of that go in lines. And then around here, I'm going to have the lion's mane. And this is where my lines and texture come in. I want it to look big and fluffy and kind of wild. So I'm going to put in my wavy lines, my zigzag lines, my straight lines, my dotted lines. And I'm going to keep going around. I'm going to have to repeat some kinds of lines more than once. After I'm done drawing this with pencil, I'm going to take a brown or a tan crayon and trace most of my lines. I've decided I'm going to watercolor paint. Obviously, if that's not an option for you, you could use marker or crayon to color this image. So I'm going to speed that process up of the tracing just a little bit with time lapse. I want you to remember that if you don't have watercolor, it's not necessary that you use it in this step. You can certainly color with marker or crayon. To get kind of a golden color for my lion, I'm going to start out with some yellow watercolor, and then I'm going to add in a little bit of brown while that's still wet. And kind of mix that in. And so there might be some parts that I let be lighter, like right in the middle of his nose. Then maybe I'm even going to get a little bit of orange shadow in there on each side. When I get out around the outside of the lion's mane, I'm going to be mixing browns, oranges, yellows, reds to kind of get some different colors in the fur to make this look more interesting and more realistic. I'm going to speed that up, and if you're using marker or crayon to color, that's just fine. This next part is totally optional and just for fun, but it's going to further enhance the idea of texture and having texture not only that you can see, but that you could actually feel with your hands. I took some yellow and brown construction paper and I just cut it into thin strips. Some are skinnier, some are wider. And because of the size of my other paper, I'm just going to take a scissors and cut those in half. And so now you may be thinking back to when you were kindergartners. I had you take some paper lines and curl them around a pencil. Here's our curling iron. And when I let that go, I have a nice curly piece of mane hair. And the other trick was to zigzag fold. So I fold this way, and then I bend the whole thing backwards. Then this way, back and forth. A zigzag or accordion fold. When I let this go, I have some springy hair to add to my lion's mane. So when I have a pile of those, I would just be taking a small dot of glue right here at the base where the mane attaches to the face and have them springing out. I'm not going to do so many that I cover all my line work in the background, but now I will not only have lines made with crayon, Path of a Point, I also have lines made with paper. I have some texture that is visual, fluffy, furry with the lines that I drew. I could also have some texture that I can feel, that is tactile. And so I'm going to take a moment in time lapse just to fold some of these lines and add them to my mane, and I will talk to you again after that. And there is Mrs. Heckendorf's Line Lion. I hope you had fun making them, and I would love to see your work on the Seesaw post. If you don't have the ability to take pictures, I will have also left you an activity where you can draw different types of lines in one of the slides. All right, have a great day, and I will talk to you next time.